All right, it is Tuesday, 6 a.m. on 7 miles, 3 1-mile repeats at 6:40. I don't want to do that at all. I'm just tired and sore, and I got a full day of work today. But we're out here. We're doing it for some reason. We're doing it. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that the majority of my runs, some of them I look forward to. Majority though, I do not want to do, and this is one of those really good examples. But we'll go do it. Pretty happy with that. Left hip flexor was actually not as, honestly, I felt the hip flexor more on the slow run up to the track that had hills as opposed to I did when I was doing the fast mile on a flat course. This is where we're at. It's big old air park in Nashville, Tennessee. It's just like 1.5 miles, 2 miles around, something like that. Perfect for track repeats. So it's a lot of cyclists and bikers and cyclists and runners out here. All right, I'm gonna get a little caffeine gel, get going for the next 2 and check in. 7 down, 3 mile repeats, 6:35, 6:18, and then 6:30 at the end. So happy with it. My left hip flexor felt the best during those mile repeats. But when I was doing like my slow, easy warm up and going along like rolling hills, whenever I would go uphill, that's the only time I feel my left hip flexor. So I'm gonna do some work on that later this week that I'll show you guys. All right, we got a little situation, y'all. I am currently dealing with a pretty bad back injury, acute muscle strain of both paraspinals, the muscles alongside your spine. I was deadlifting today, and on my 4th set, I felt both sides of my back just kind of clench up. And so I slowly put the weight down, and I could feel the soreness creep in pretty quick. I was able to do a modified workout the rest of the workout, but I could feel the back the whole time. It wasn't increasing in pain, but I could feel I definitely overloaded it. And then throughout the rest of the day today, it's just slowly gotten a little bit more tight to where even just a small motion can cause the pain. So dealing with a pretty good little acute muscle strain. I'm 100% positive it's not disc related at this point, so that's good, but it does mean that I'm going to be needing to take a few days off of running. I can tell I'm going on a walk right now just to kind of get some blood flow back, and honestly it feels better to walk than it does to sit down. It's more intolerant to flexion and rotation. It kind of likes this extended posture and walking, and that's my biggest piece of advice if you do go through an acute muscle strain like this, specifically to your back, to just look at which motions don't increase the pain. So for me, it's extension. Walking, your back is naturally an extension, so it will typically like this better than sitting down. If it feels worse with extension, then obviously you need to sit down more or keep your knees flexed, like laying down with a pillow under your knee or something. I'm just giving some advice if you do go through this in the future. But either way, for the next 2 to 3 days, we're in pain management mode. So I will unfortunately have to take a little bit of a break from running, just trying to, fight to live another day. I don't need to push through running right now just to do it. I'm still 14 weeks out from the Ultramarathon. So I'm going to prioritize the healing. It gives me an opportunity to show you guys how to heal yourself from an injury. So here we go. These are a few short clips of some of the exercises I was doing. You can see I'm explaining it on the video. So I'm making a full video explaining everything that I was doing that I'll be posting later. But this is what it looks like. It was fun. All right, y'all. We are 72 hours post low back strain. So I'm still in that inflammatory process. But I do think today will be a better day based on some of the progress I made yesterday. I'm definitely sore here in the morning, definitely missing out on my 10-mile run that I'm supposed to be on right now, but I'm substituting that for a little 10-minute walk around my apartment complex. So Yeah, it's rough, but it's gonna get better. I know it will, but it definitely has taught me a lot about mental health because I haven't been able to work out as much at all. I mean, really at all over the last 3 days, and I just have not felt like myself. I felt like I'm in a rut. Work went awful. I didn't do much. I just didn't have any motivation to do anything. I canceled all my patients. So yeah, it's just been a rough couple days. And you know, it's, there's not like a magic trick to get over it. It's really kind of just buckling down and doing one thing at a time, that you can control. So I've tried my best to stay as active as possible, doing the movements that I know are going to help it. And oh my God, the train. Sorry guys. I don't know if y'all are hearing, y'all are probably hearing that in the back. No, it's, dude, we're trying to have a conversation about mental health, dude. Come on. But if you are going through an injury like this, where it takes you out of your routine, where you can't be as physically active as you would like to be, the best advice I can give is just to try to find one or two things that you can do that act as your replacement, at least, to get you through that. But I think more important than that is going to be kind of that mental reframe, knowing that, yeah, you might lose a little bit of progress, but it's not going to completely upheave your your fitness life, as long as you take care of it, and you slowly, gradually get back to where you were before, and then just pick it back up where you left off. You might want to ease into it a little bit, but you don't have to go balls to the wall to like double down and make up for the lost progress. Think of it as like you're just giving the rest of your body a break too. You're focusing on other things. You're going through like a little mental challenge for yourself. I don't know, like try your best to reframe it, not necessarily into a positive thing, but at least to something that just reminds you that you're human. Injuries happen, and that it will get better with time. I know it's not great advice, but that's just what I've been telling myself. You just have to constantly remind yourself of that. So yeah, that's the mental health segment this week, is when you go through an injury, it is normal for it to kind of take a toll on your mental health. You just have to kind of catch it, be aware of it, name the thoughts that are going through your head. Like if you're pissed off, tell a friend, tell your parents that you're pissed off, and let them be pissed with you. Don't just keep it all in. So yeah, that's what we're talking about today. Mental health through injuries, because it sucks. All right, the week 4 recap. It was shitty. If we can make it into one word. But it is what it is, guys. Injuries happen, and I'm not looking at this as a failure. I'm looking at it as a huge learning opportunity. I learned so much as I've reflected about why the injury happened, what my pitfalls were, and I think the big one was just not giving myself enough recovery. I set such a huge goal of, running a sub 4, which now I think I'm going to change that goal to, if we want to put a number on it, like 430, even that, like I have started to care less about the goal and just being healthy and, running this race, enjoying it, enjoying the experience, enjoying the process of training for it. Because the process is really the beautiful part of running, is the person that you become through going through challenges, both physical and mental. And then the race is like a celebration. If you do well, that's awesome. But if you didn't, look at the person that you became over the last, however many weeks you trained. So, I'm taking the lesson of, giving myself more recovery, not going into workouts, super fatigued. And if I am fatigued and I feel like I need to do some movement, let's keep it light and maybe not try to do heavy deadlifts right after doing heavy squats. That was the one tangible change I'm definitely going to make. I think I'm going to split my strength training days up more, do my heavy squats one day and give myself like 3 or 4 days before I do heavy deadlift, because those are the two most challenging exercises in terms of the load that I'm putting on my body, specifically my spine. So definitely going to be more careful with that. But yeah, it's been a tough week. It was rough. It gave me a lot of respect for anyone going through an injury, especially chronic pain. People that deal with this type of pain on a daily basis, like, it reminds me of why I do what I do as a physical therapist, helping people like this. And if you're someone that wants somebody like me to help out, I do online coaching for people all across the country. You're talking to another human that's made mistakes, that thinks of himself still as a high level athlete and trains like it, and sometimes sometimes messes up. So I can talk about my failures and use my failures to help you become a better runner, athlete, whatever. So just wanted to give you that information if you're ever interested. But no, it's been a tough, reflective week, but I'm excited to eventually get back to running. It definitely made me realize how much I love it. So excited for the return. Stay tuned.